Tracking seems to be a big buzzword this year, and now more employers are tracking their employees. It may sound alarming, but HR experts tell us that most companies aren't doing this with bad intentions. They're actually trying to gauge our mood as well as how we work.
They're trying to understand employee sentiment most often. So are employees having a good day at work or not having a good day at work, how they're really feeling about their work experience. Two, they're sometimes using it to try to measure productivity of employees, try to get a sense of who's contributing the most, who's having the biggest impact, what does employee performance look like.
Companies will track these things in several ways. Some are as simple as searching for keywords in your emails and online chats with coworkers. Some companies look at how long you're in a conference room by tracking your badge, or maybe just look at how long you've been at work by looking at badge swipes. Others may be as complex as tracking your facial expressions through the webcam on your computer. So this type of tracking may sound a little creepy, but experts tell us for the most part, they're trying to improve workers' experience so that they can stay at the company a little bit longer.
Trying to turn that information into insights, which would then start to change how an office space is designed, how a company communicates with their employees, how they change the work schedule to make an employee's experience in day-to-day better.
Companies want to stand out and make their benefits look as attractive as possible. So by looking at what makes workers happy to work there, companies can design better benefits packages. Well, one concern in the opioid crisis is the dirty needles. They're showing up everywhere, from playgrounds to beaches. Tomorrow, we're looking at what's being done across the country to address this.
Thank you, Annie. Well, let's talk about the frost facts here. We do have that frost advisory across all of central Indiana by tomorrow morning. Temperature is going to be into the middle 30s as we have those clear skies and very light east-northeast winds under 5 miles per hour. So a chilly start to our Friday, but temperatures will warm up with lots of sunshine once again. Your lunch hour, though, going to be in the lower 50s. We'll see numbers make their way into the lower 60s tomorrow afternoon. And that warming trend is going to build here in time for the weekend with highs getting into the lower 70s. Next best chance for rain, that's going to arrive on Monday with a high of 70. Thanks for joining us for The Now Indy. The news at 6 o'clock starts right now.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
2-year-old being shot by a weapon is just heartbreaking.
An accidental shooting in Mooresville claims the life of a 2-year-old. Now the measures being taken to keep this from happening again to anyone else.
I'm Nicole Griffin. Tonight on the east side, getting answers for a couple who is turning to RTV6 for help after living next to this abandoned home for more than a decade.
And the trial continues for a woman accused of driving past a school bus stop arm, then hitting and killing 3 children. What the father of one of the victims is now saying.
I'm excited to tell you about what happens after a frosty night tonight.
Good evening to you. I'm Amanda Starantino.
And I'm Mark Mullins.
First at 6, a 2-year-old boy is dead in what's being called an accidental shooting.
It happened in a Mooresville neighborhood this morning, and now an investigation is underway. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office says deputies rushed to a home on the 7600 block of North Kitchen Road around 6:30 a.m. Deputies say they found a toddler who had been shot inside the home. Medics pronounced him dead. Investigators have identified the child as 2-year-old Anthony Jones from Indianapolis. Deputies say Anthony and his mother were house sitting for relatives in Morgan County. The mother told police she had gone to the bathroom while her son was watching television and she heard a gunshot. The mother says Anthony found her unsecured handgun, which went off and killed him. There's no word yet on any potential charges.
Since 2016, this is at least the 3rd child here in central Indiana who lost their life because of unsecured weapons. Working for you, Megan Singtorum found out what is being done to make sure this does not happen again.
Local leaders are talking about everything from making gun locks like this more accessible to even possibly making them required.
December 2016, a 5-year-old girl accidentally shot and killed by her 3-year-old brother. June 2017, a 9-year-old boy shot and killed by another child playing with an unsecured gun. This morning, it happened again.
Just in a moment, we know a child can pick up a gun. They don't know whether it's real or not.
The Marion County Sheriff says this should serve as another tragic reminder just how important it is to practice gun safety.
You can't be shot with a gun that's been unloaded or locked. and that's important.
So his department provides free gun locks. You can call the closest library, and they usually have them in stock. You can also get them for free at Riley Hospital for Children. He says the department gives out about 500 free locks each year.
What we don't know is how many lives that may have been saved. Did somebody pick up that gun and couldn't fire it because they had it that way?
Gun safety talks are also happening at the State House, as some say legislation requiring locks could be another step to keeping kids safe.
Just a very basic fundamental view on the legislation is just requiring gun owners to lock it up, and if they don't, perhaps there might be a penalty for that.
Senator J.D. Ford says this isn't a new idea.
We've done it in the past, and again, it's been introduced in the legislature. Unfortunately, it's never gone anywhere.
So he's asking people to call their local representatives and start a conversation before another unsecured gun ends up in the wrong hands.
This is a situation that could have been prevented.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
Thanks, Megan. And in response to this story, the Marion County Sheriff will also be handing out free gun locks tomorrow at the Pike Township Fall Festival. That runs from 3:30 to 7:30 at the Government Center on Lafayette Road.
Moving now to weather. The sunshine is back. Look at that. Gorgeous views today. Temperatures still very cool. Kevin, another frosty night and morning in the cards for us. Is that what we're looking at?
You might have the heater on in the morning, at least for a little while, and then you can turn that off. You probably have the windows open in the afternoon. That's what's great about this time of year. 56 in Indianapolis right now, 55 in Peru, and that comes with a lot more sunshine than we had yesterday. We didn't have much at all. Everything came true today. The wind is calmer, and the sun and boosting temperatures into the 50s. Tonight, we take the 5 and put it behind the 3, 35 degrees. A frosty start in central Indiana. Most of us have seen at least a little patchy frost. This should be a more widespread effort as temperatures tonight after midnight start to fall into the 30s. 8 a.m. through sunrise. If you do cover up sensitive plants, Dr. Dirt taught me this, don't forget to uncover those before you head off to work. You don't want to burn them up on the reverse side of this. That coldest time period will be shortly after sunrise. It will start to warm things back up, but it's virtually all of the state with the frost advisory. There's your perfectly clear sky now, and this is what you'll wake up to. It won't happen again within the 7-day forecast. At least temperatures won't be that cold again. We'll talk about the changes ahead coming up.
I've seen the advertisements of Channel 6 is working for you, so I decided to call, and hopefully you guys can get some answers.
Well, tonight RTV6 is working for you, trying to get answers to a problem that impacts homeowners across Indianapolis. Abandoned homes often attract crime and even wildlife, and we hear that from you that they are a major eyesore for those families living next door. Tonight, RTV6's Nicole Griffin is talking to an East Side couple who reached out to us after they say complaining to the city for years hasn't resulted in any change.
The trees here in front of this home on Tuxedo Street are so overgrown. It's tough to even see the front of the house. But when you look a little closer, you see all the trash and even the broken glass that scatters the yard. The couple who lives right next door wants to see this house torn down.
They come in right in through here.
Living next door to this abandoned home is becoming more concerning every day for Scott Harvey.
Right now, there's 2 gigantic groundhogs that are residents over there, and they're having a little family of 3 little ones now. I've seen possums and raccoons and all kinds of cats go in and out of it.
Harvey says it's to the point where he doesn't allow his grandchildren to go outside.
And I'm so scared that one of them's going to get bit or hurt by these animals.
He says the house is causing other safety concerns as well.
And they fall off on the top of the house or right down on the sidewalk there. And I'm afraid one of the granddaughters will get hit in the head with one of those bricks that falls off there.
The city of Indianapolis has owned the home since 2017, but complaints about trash, weeds, and requests to have it boarded up date back to 2011. Each one has been investigated and closed.
If they're not going to at least tear it down, then, like I said, at least come and board it up completely. The holes in the side of the foundation, the windows that are open and exposed.
Renew Indianapolis, the city's land bank, says the house is in the process of being sold. A buyer has proposed a $150,000 rehab of the home, but Scott says he's still skeptical.
That's crazy, you know. The whole inside of the house was tore completely out, You know, there's nothing inside it, you know, and then the only thing on the outside is just a dump. It's disgraceful, you know, that the city will let our people live around stuff like that.
Renew Indianapolis says if the deal goes through, the buyers will have 2 years to rehab the home. Working for you on the east side, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Well, Renew Indianapolis, which focuses on eliminating blight in Indianapolis neighborhoods, sold 250 abandoned and blighted properties last year. A majority of those have a 2-year contract with the city to be rehabbed. Your neighborhood is your home. If you have problems that you can't get fixed, email us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
Developing tonight, the trial continues for the woman accused of hitting and killing 3 kids as they were trying to get on a school bus last year in Fulton County. In October 2018, Alyssa Shepard is accused of hitting and killing 6-year-old twins Mason and Xavier Engel and their 9-year-old sister Olivia Stahl after Shepard allegedly drove past a school bus stop arm in Rochester, Indiana. Today, the pathologist who performed the autopsies on the children testified in court. During that testimony, the court had to take a recess because Alyssa Shepard thought she was going to pass out. Our news gathering partners at WROI Giant FM Radio sat down with Olivia's father, Michael Stahl.
We need to kind of stay calm with it, let the trial occur. It's a struggle for us and everybody involved as is. Our community is shook by it, not just here in Fulton County, but Pulaski County where we reside and neighboring counties. Making threats of any sort or wishing harm upon somebody, specifically Alyssa or any of her family or anything, doesn't really help the situation. We hope that people can kind of respect that, reserve their opinions until after the trial is completed, regardless of the results.
The trial will continue tomorrow. We are expecting an outcome any day. Look for updates on the RTV6 app and right here on the RTV6 app.
Tonight, IMPD is looking for answers after officers found a woman dead in a Northwest Side alley this morning. Metro Police say they went to the 1000 block of West 36th Street around 9 this morning. Officers say they found a woman dead in an alley. The Marion County coroner has not identified the woman yet or released the cause of death. If you have any information, police do want to hear from you. You can call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. You can remain anonymous.
Right now, the visitation is happening for an Indiana State Police trooper who died in a crash while responding to a call last Friday night. Visitation for 27-year-old trooper Peter Stephen continues until 8 this evening at Crossroads Community Church in Kokomo. The funeral service is tomorrow morning at 11 inside the same church. Investigators say Stephen was responding to help another trooper when his patrol car veered off of Old State Road 25 in Tippecanoe County Friday night. He leaves behind a wife and baby girl. Lawmakers in D.C. approve a name change to a post office here in Indy.
The honor for one of the most legendary politicians in Indiana history.
Plus, vaping concerns continue to grow in Indiana. The latest numbers and the mystery that health officials still face.
It's been a record-setting season for the Indy 11, and their passionate home fans have been a big part of that success. Coming up in sports, we give you an inside look at game night with the Brickyard Battalion.
And we'll talk about some changes for the weekend. One of those Saturday, increasing clouds. But when will we see our next best chance of rain?
I'm so grateful.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
The number of vaping-related lung injuries continues to climb in Indiana. The Indiana State Department of Health says there are 51 probable cases under investigation in the Hoosier State. There are 33 confirmed cases of lung injuries from vaping and 3 confirmed vaping-related deaths in Indiana. The Indiana Department of Health says while vaping is the underlying factor in these lung injuries, it's still unclear what specific vaping products, brand, or substance is causing these cases.
Soon, a downtown Indianapolis post office could bear the name of a legendary Indiana politician. Both houses of Congress have approved naming a post office a few blocks north of Monument Circle after former United States Senator Richard Lugar. The United States House just endorsed the proposal in a unanimous voice vote yesterday after the Senate approved it in July. All 9 of Indiana's House members and both senators joined together to back the legislation to name the post office after Lugar. He served as the mayor of Indianapolis before spending 36 years in the Senate. Lugar died in April at the age of 87.
New developments this evening. President Trump says his threat of sanctions on Turkey led the country to agree to a 5-day ceasefire in its battle with Kurds in northern Syria. The president says the Kurds are happy with today's deal, but the president's critics say he put the Kurdish forces in danger by announcing a U.S. troop withdrawal from northern Syria yesterday. The Kurds helped the United States in the battle against the Islamic State group. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other congressional Democrats walked out of a meeting with President Trump yesterday at the White House, accusing him of having a meltdown and no plan when it came to dealing with Turkey and the Kurds. And a majority of Democrat and Republican lawmakers strongly condemned the president's orders to withdraw troops from Syria. And 3 Republican congressmen from Indiana voted this week to support President Donald Trump's decision to withdraw U.S. forces from northeast Syria, going against the majority of all House members. Those Hoosiers House members who backed the president's plan are James Baird of the 4th District, Trey Hollingsworth of District 9, and Greg Pence of the 6th District. Republicans Jim Banks, Susan Brooks, Larry Bouchon, Jackie Walorski, as well as Democrats Andre Carson and Peter Veslowski voted to oppose the president's decision to withdraw troops. A deeper dive into the crisis in Syria and what it means for the United States coming up next on World News Tonight with David Muir. That's right here on RTV6.
Hiring Hoosiers is an RTV6 initiative to connect you to job opportunities and resources. Next week, a job fair offering positions with good pay and benefits. The Pendleton Correctional Facility is having a job fair. They're hiring correctional officers. The career fair will be at the Pendleton Correctional Facility Training Center from 5 to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, October 22nd. It's located in the 4400 block of West Reformatory Road in Pendleton. You need to bring a high school diploma or GED, a driver's license, a resume, and must be at least 18 years old. For more information about any career, training, or education story you see on RTV6, just go to hiringhoosiers.com. A spooky tradition leading up to Halloween is happening tomorrow.
Greenwood will host Monster Mash, its annual Halloween celebration. It runs from 6 until 8 tomorrow night and is free. You can walk the trick-or-treat trail, jump in a series of bounce houses, enjoy hay rides, and more. You will receive a complimentary cookie and cider as well.
Yeah, new this year, you can buy a VIP ticket for $5. That includes early access from 4:30 to 6, and you will get a hot dog dinner. Monster Mash is happening at Greenwood's Craig Park along the Play Pocket Trail.
You want to see something else scary?
Let's do it.
Here I am.
So spooky.
At least I thought it was funny. Okay, some color starting to show up in the trees gradually. We've got another at least 40-degree temperature spread from our coolest morning to warmest afternoon, and that will again just kind of fire up the colors in the trees. Mark's still looking at me in amazement.
I'm frightened.
Temperatures in the, see, I can feel it when he's staring at me, but I can't tell when you're staring at me at home. Temperatures do climb above 70 degrees as we get to the weekend and then fall off early next week. Let's talk about the warm-up. Obviously, the headlines for the frosty start tomorrow morning, but we'll recover to 62. From there, temperatures as we get to Saturday and Sunday continue to climb. Sunday and Monday will be our 2 warmest days within the forecast. What happens Monday? Off to our west, a strong low-pressure system up around Minneapolis, St. Paul, and a cold front. Ahead of this, our chance for thunderstorms and rain, perhaps beneficial rain, will be along that cold front. And with that, the other impacts we'll see, I think we'll have pretty windy conditions independent of any showers or thunderstorms. And at least now we'll keep our eye on any severe weather potential. Temperatures comfortable now. 56 in Indianapolis and in Greenfield, 58 in Bedford. Temperatures with dry conditions, the humidity is very low, will fall off rather quickly. By the time we get to 10 o'clock, 47, and that's with a diminishing wind that will be under 10 miles per hour. Temperatures first thing in the morning require a heavy coat. Temperature should be mid-30s. That's the way we'll start the day. Lots of sunshine again tomorrow as high pressure is pretty much overhead. I think we just see some mid to high level clouds. 52 at noon. Afternoon high temperature 62 degrees, and that's pretty true for all of central Indiana, maybe foreshadowing a little warmer conditions to the south and to the west. As we go to Friday night football, last week it was cold and wet, dry and cool, we'll say. Actually, this will be mild compared to what it was last week. Temperatures in the 50s. Great night for kids to play. Temperatures over the weekend approaching and then going over 70 degrees as we move into Sunday, and the The overnight lows won't be as cool either. Here are your Saturday high temperatures right at 70 or a little above, and then I think consistently a little warmer on Sunday. As we mentioned, we'll keep our eye on Monday for thunderstorm potential, leading to the cooler temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday. 7-day forecast put it all together for you. The coolest morning tomorrow morning. And then next week, temperatures, at least high temperatures, will cool back into the 50s on a couple of occasions, Tuesday and Wednesday. Most likely days that will be the coolest. Here I am.
Here you are. Better than ever.
Dave's not so creepy. He's right here.
That is creepy. Hey, guys, thanks. Good evening. Showed you the Indy 11 highlights last night. Finished the regular season unbeaten at home. Their loudest fans are a big reason why. Brad Brown with the Brickyard Battalion in the Sports Extra Spotlight.
It all starts even before the opening whistle. And it continues without barely even taking a breath for the next 90 minutes. Welcome to the Brickyard Battalion, the hardiest of the diehard fans for the Indy 11.
We are a passionate family. We have each other's backs and we have the team's backs. It has been great to see them gel on the field, in the locker room. The team has great morale and we feed off of it, and we know that they feed off of us as well.
This group existed in some form for nearly 2 decades before the 11 came into being.
We make noise for our team. I go to other sports games and I'm just sitting there like, what do I do with myself? They do the same chants over and over. This is so weird, but I come here and it's like I'm home, and I'm a family with this group, and I'm just ready to go, and it's exciting. It's the best.
Now the battalion have become an important part of a true home field advantage.
The energy that the crowd gives you gives us more energy in the game, and you know, the confidence of not losing at home, you know, you feel like you're not going to lose. So we've made it kind of like a fortress, and that's how we intend to keep it.
All of the chants, the songs, the cheers, yes, there is a bit of a script. But even if you're a newbie, it doesn't take long to get in on the fun.
We would see some new people jumping there here and there, and I'm just like, okay, have at it. I mean, I remember my first time when I was standing in that section, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, what is this?
Just go with it.
Yeah, just go with it.
And with the playoffs approaching, they'll have at least one more night to cheer on their beloved team.
Even in the 89th minute, if we're down a goal, they're giving it their all, and so I feel like we've helped the team out. You know, we're their 12th guy.
Fun stuff. Last night's win secured the 11 a home match for the playoffs, playing that one at their old home, IUPUI's Carroll Stadium, this Saturday night at 7:30. All right, finally, it's Thursday, and around here it means one thing. It's our Pee Wee Play of the Week. Here we go, the Speedway Junior Football and Cheer League. 3-, 4-, and 5-year-old flag football. Keep an eye on the ball here. It ends up on the ground. Somebody's got to take it. Somebody does. That's Wyatt. Bootleg in for the touchdown. Here's another look. 4-year-old Cal Wilbur is the quarterback. Clearly running the option. Ball on the turf. Wyatt, Johnny on the spot. Heads up play. The Speedway Junior Football and Cheer League, our Pee Wee Play of the Week. How good is that? Here's how you can get involved. Email me at peewee@wrtv.com. Tag me on Twitter, Facebook. Details, names, final score, etc. The news at 6 continues after this.
Call, click, or visit a store today.
Well, if you want to see one of the biggest Broadway musicals of all time, you might want to get on your phone or your computer very soon.
Tickets for Hamilton in Indianapolis went on sale this morning, and you know they are going fast. We have all the information on how to get tickets right now, the RTV6 app and the Indy channel RTV6.com. A lot of people say it's a must-see.
Gotta move fast.
You want me to belt out a show tune?
Do it now.
Show tunes.
Go for it.
We're out of time.
Come on.
Sorry.
3 seconds. Let's go. Come on.
Bye.